Okay, I'll invite you to get all settled in. Fluff your nest if you've got one. Close your eyes. And we'll start by taking 3 deep breaths into your abdomen. Make your belly really full when you're breathing in and really flat when you're breathing out. Ground and center yourself. Let go of all outside concerns and become as aware of your body as possible. Sense your arms and your legs. Feel your clothing or the air touching your skin. Bring your attention down into your core, into the back of your legs, down to your feet, back up through the fullness of your torso and your shoulders, the arms and hands. Up your back and into your neck and your head. Walking through the entirety of your body. I want you to pay special attention to any areas that are tight. Those areas that you tend to skip over. I'll invite you to just take a moment and stop and be in that area without trying to change it. Just be next to it. Now I want you to gently ask your energy, light, or warmth to move into those places. Allow your energy to move into that area so that you are awake in that part of yourself, as well as the easier places. Just become really settled into living inside of your own body. Get really familiar with how it feels. Okay, now I want you to picture the person you feel stuck or conflicted about in your mind's eye. Just place them right out there in front of you. We're going to clear the cords from the other person before pulling in the ones that you have sent. So look at that person in your mind's eye. Sense the stuckness you feel is in the form of cords from them to you. And given the history you've had with them, you may see them looking at you from their usual helplessness, hurt, accusing, or condemning eyes, or acting as if you owe them or as if they own you. Let them be there in whomever and however they are. I want you to look at their first chakra, which is the root chakra at the base of the spine. How is it attached? Is this cord like a USB plug, a fish hook, a latch, the plug at the end of your headphones? Maybe it's like a suction cup or a claw hook. Whatever it is, I want you to imagine yourself unhooking, unplugging, or just gently tugging it out of you. From your root chakra to theirs, feel the energy within the cord as palpable and gently send it back towards the other person. Stay loving and gentle in this process. You can use shooing motions with your hands if you want, as if you're brushing crumbs off your lap. Keep the energy moving all the way out of your public space, all the way out of your extended space. Sense it retracting back into the distance towards them. And just know it's not your job to force the other person to reclaim their energy. You do not have to engage with them during this. In fact, it's better if you don't. It's their responsibility to deal with their own energy and with their own actions. Your only job is to sweep their cords out of your space. Now we're going to move up to the sacral center. This is the gut area of the body. I want you to unhook the cords from your sacral and send them back to them. Move that energy all the way out of your aura, all the way out of your extended space. Just stay grounded as you do this. Stay in your body. Don't get too involved in that energy as it goes. Just let it go. Dust your hands off and be done with it. Now I want you to sense the cords from their solar plex to yours. This is the lower left side of the body. I want you to unhook it from you and insist on it moving out and away towards them. Intend that it go all the way out of your extended space and see it disappear into the distance towards them. Remember, don't be too fierce when you're doing this. Lovingly. Shoo shoo, go home. Now we're going to move over to the spleen, lower right side of the body. See those cords and unhook them from you. Keep that energy moving all the way out of your public space, all the way out of your extended space. Shoo shoo, go home. Notice how your energy is beginning to feel without their cords. Having some of your own energy in your own sphere unimpeded by theirs. Now we're going to move over to the G center. This is the center of your chest. Sense all those cords and send them back. Just gently unplug them from you. Keep that energy moving all the way out of your aura, all the way out of your public space. Sweeping it out. Shoo shoo, return to sender. Remember, when it's gone from your space, it's out of your realm of responsibility. Just let them do whatever they're doing. Now we're going to move over to the heart chakra. I want you to sense those cords. Unplug them from you. Send them back. See them disappearing into the distance towards them. Shoo shoo, go home. Now we're going to move up to the throat chakra. These cords can really affect our ability to speak our truth. So make sure you check all the way around that throat chakra. Unhook all of them and return them to sender. Gently and lovingly, shoo shoo, go home. Watch them disappear into the distance towards them. Now we'll move up to the ajna. This is the whole head area minus the crown. Sense all those cords. They can be anywhere. could be in your ears, your eyes, your mouth. These cords can also affect how we process. So lovingly send them out of your aura and back to the sender. Shoo, shoo, go home. See them disappear into the distance towards them. Now we're going to move up to the crown chakra. See those cords. Unhook them from you. Return to sender. Keep that energy moving all the way out of your public space, all the way out of your extended space. Seeing them disappear into the distance. Shoo, shoo, go home. Now we're going to move down to the hollows of the shoulders. This is the front of the shoulders, just before the chest begins. This is our area for boundaries. Unplug their cords from your field and insist on their energy moving out of your space. Not mine. Go home. Sense it retracting into the distance back towards them. Now I want you to take a deep breath into your stomach and your hips. Check in with yourself. Walk around the inside of your body and let it settle for a moment without those cords draining you. Experience the difference in your body. And whatever feelings are coming up for you, just let them be there. It's all perfect. All right, so now we're going to go back down to the root chakra, base of the spine. And I want you to imagine that your investment in your problem person, whether from worry or feeling assaulted, is also a cord. And your survival energy is affected. Notice how the conflict and issues between you has been siphoning energy to them that you cannot afford to waste. When you pull in your own cords and bring your energy back into your own sphere, you will actually be more energized and able to be more fully present within yourself and the other person, if you choose to be. So I want you to look at their root chakra, and I want you to unhook your cords from them. See yourself reeling it back in towards you, as if it's a fishing line or a hose reel. As it comes towards you, I want you to remember that this is your own energy, even if it's spent a while away from home. It's not the other person's energy. It's not alien or dangerous. So as it comes towards you, I want you to take a deep breath into the center of your pelvic bone. Make sure you breathe all the way to the back and exhale down your legs into your feet. Don't stop the energy once it reaches your skin. Let it meld back into the energy system inside of you. Invite it all the way back in with your breath until you feel that moment of, oh yeah, here I am, home at last. Know that your energy will go back to doing what it was doing before it was pushed out of your system. Once your root chakra feels completely reintegrated, I want you to notice the cords you have from you to your conflict person, from your sacral to theirs. Remember, this is the gut area. Unhook those cords and invite the energy to come back home with some insistence. Come home, come home. Get back in here. Allow whatever you've become aware of emotionally to just be there as you reel it in. Breathe into the back of your sacrum, inviting it all the way back into your energy system. Now we're going to move over to the solar plex, the lower left side of the body. I want you to unhook your cords from them and insist your energy come home. Get back in here. Be playful with it. And there's nothing wrong with using your hands in a gathering gesture. This is your energy. You've missed it. Have fun with it. Insist that it come in through the space in front of you. Then let it settle in. Take a deep breath up and down your spine. Now we're going to move over to the spleen, lower right side of the body. And I want you to see those cords that you sent and gently unhook them from them. Bring them home. Reel it in. Mine. Come home, come home. Get in here. And invite it all the way back in with a deep breath. Now let's move over to the G center, center of the chest. Take your cords from them, bring them back home. Remember, be playful and loving. Have fun with it, like seeing an old friend after a long time away. Now move over to the heart center. Pull your cords out of them and insist your energy come home. Get back in here. Come home, come home. Smile at your cords as they're coming back. Breathe that energy back into your body, all the way back in. My energy, come home to me. Now we'll move up to the throat. Pull all of your cords out of their throat chakra. Give them their voice back. Reel your energy back home. Come home, come home. Take a deep breath up and down your spine. Now we'll move back up to the ajna. Remember, this is the whole area minus the crown. Remove all those cords of yours and invite them back into your sphere. All the way back into your energy system. Come home, come home. Okay, now moving up to the crown. Bring all those cords back in that you sent out. Reel them in. Mine. Come Come home, come home. Get back in here. Invite it all the way back in with a deep breath. All right, now let's move back down to the hollows of the shoulders. Remember, right in front of the shoulders, right before the chest. Take those cords out of them and bring them home. Create those healthy boundaries again. Come home, come home. Reel it back in. If their energy seems to be flailing or behaving toxically in reaction to you having undone these cords, just remember, they're responsible for their own life. Let them have the opportunity to learn about their own patterns by not taking over for them. They will survive having to deal with their own energy. And you being separate can help more anyways. Once your energies are back in your system where it belongs, let that person fade from your awareness. Breathe and check in with yourself. Feel how it feels to not be corded to them. Feel the distinct edges of you as a separate person, not as a stuck tangle. Now, depending on how entangled this connection was that you decorded today, you may have moments where you need to quickly or just briefly go through this again. In a couple of days, there should be a pretty well-established boundary again. And the more you clear cords, the more you're going to be able to recognize the feeling of wholeness that occurs when your system is free from these quagmires. You'll also find yourself noticing more readily when they've happened and be able to decord before any lasting problematic patterns are set up. When you feel complete, you can open your eyes and come back to the room.